This figure happens to be the P in my A. He is very difficult to transform, and that's the whole reason why I'm redoing this review, starting off with jet mode instead of robot mode, because the transformation to jet mode is a lot more challenging than it is actually going back from jet mode to robot mode. So, with that said, this is my second take, and this is going to be the official video review posted on the YouTube on my channel here of Transformers The Last Knight Voyager class Decepticon Nitro, also known as Nitro Zeus in the movie. This figure is pretty cool in both modes, but really it's the transformation that's really the bugger of everything. So let's go ahead and remove the figure for a moment and not waste time. We don't want to make this another 27-minute take. Let's go through the packaging first and foremost, as partake of every single video review. And let's get this out of the way in less than a minute. There's the Decepticon Nitro in his robot mode with a very nice head. It's got multiple eyes, which the action figure does not have, unfortunately. Decepticon Nitro, Transformers The Last Knight, Hasbro's logo right there, ages 8 and up, Transformers, going all the way to the top, next to the Premier Edition logo there, to let you know. On to the back here, or to the side actually, we've got Decepticon Nitro, his description, Lethal Hunter, pretty cool. On to the back, here we got Decepticon Nitro in his robot mode, Decepticon Nitro in his jet mode, 35 steps of transformation, which it feels like a chore. And then, of course, also available, we've got Autobot Scorn, or, you know, Dinobot Scorn, even though it just says Scorn. Yeah, I botched that totally. Alright, let's get this out of the way. With that said, back to the jet mode. This is where we're going to start. So, not too bad. It's pretty sleek. I like it. It does have landing gear. Not real working wheels though. Would have been nice if there were, but whatever. What's done is done. It can't be undone. I didn't say it is what it is. Oh, for peace sakes, I just did. Yeah, you should have seen that coming. He does have a little bit of some kibble, obviously. He's a robot that turns into a jet. Bunch of junk down here, giving off the clearance. I mean, just dead giveaway that this is a Decepticon, if not for the logos also. Yeah, but very nice printed on, pretty good. They look straightforward, very nice. Sometimes they can be crooked, but I seem to make out pretty good on this one. I like the red stripes going on here, even though I pointed at the Decepticon logo, I meant here. Very nice, breaks up the pattern. Very nice color scheme as well. The dull gray plastic actually works pretty good with this color scheme, with the black and the red and the very nice bronze color in his robot mode, which is not really showing off in his jet mode anyway. It's pretty much hidden. In this mode, he does have a cockpit that can open up like so, and you can put a Titan Master in there if you wanted to. It's all part of the what was meant to be concept for this character, which we will get to in robot mode. But yeah, it is the thought that counts. Landing gear can fold up like that, backwards instead of forwards. You don't want to break it. But these back portions here don't do a thing. Here's a look at the back of him. Here's a look at his thrusters, basically. Just this. It's not meant to do this, but you can, if you wanted to, extend the cannon or his thruster in jet mode, just because. So there we got that. Alright, I think that's everything. There's not much else to really say about his jet mode, so why don't we go ahead and put this guy down for a moment and do a side-by-side comparison to wrap up this part of the video. So here is Voyager Hound, the figure that I was going to review today until I saw this guy, went through the transformation on him, and I said, hey, I definitely got to show this off to you guys because it's pretty bad. You really got to see this transformation. So with a little bit more practicing on the way this actually works here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transform this guy on my third take of this video review. But hang on, before I do that, there's one more content with this figure that I did not show off, and you probably know what that is. My apologies for not showcasing the instruction manual with the box, but yeah. Here's a look at all 35 steps of the transformation, which is slacking thereof. I swear, this is incomplete here. The instructions are really not that good. They do not tell you or mention certain panels on this guy, and it's unfortunate. They just... Why do you even bother, Hasbro, with these blasted things? You should go all digital, put it on media, something online, showing off the transformation steps in a YouTube video. That would be nice. Instead, I had to go through certain YouTube channels just to find one that actually shows him from his robot mode going into jet mode. Everyone seems to be doing the opposite, just like I'm doing in this video. But hey, let's see how this actually works going back from jet mode back to robot mode. Is it a little more simpler? Less stressful, maybe? My blood pressure, I swear. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. I'm gonna fold up his tail wing section, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna untab this sucker. Just get this out of the way, like so. Alright, next step is to just go ahead and get down here. Reach down and grab these missiles. Get them off the wing if you can. They are pretty tight. Like so. Just get that one out of the way. Do the same on this side here. Repeat the same process. It's not much room to actually wiggle them out. Come on. We are not doing this again. Come on. Get out. Oh, fuck you. Sorry about my language there, but screw it. Go ahead and take these thrusters off. They're going to be a pain in the bottom, and they come off pretty easy anyway. No matter how many times you transform the guy, he's always going to have complications here. Just take them off. Just get them out of the way. Take my advice. Now I can get that off. I should have done that first. Make myself look more like a fool. So now that you got his wings up, let's go ahead and start taking this guy apart piece by piece. It's very simple. I mean, just undo the front portion of the jet, come back here, untap all this, get the legs out of the way, like so. And then you got his arm here. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Rotate around. Fold this panel up like so, which is the crotch piece to his leg. Then you want to get this arm out of the way so you got room to take this portion here, which is going to be his right arm, and on this double hinge, fold it all up like so. If you got enough room, there. Sometimes you have to wiggle this up just a little bit more. So it can take it, it's got enough force. So yeah, it's not going to break on you. Next, you want to find that sweet spot here and get this tabbed in. I don't think, well, I might have it. We'll continue on with the transformation. Next step is what I like to do is just go ahead and fold that back down. Rotate here. Do the same thing here. Rotate this here. This is going to create his legs. Get them all lined to your liking. Flip up the feet. Now, this comes to the difficult part, unfortunately, the crotch piece. This is so much of a reminder of the Combiner Wars Devastator set with Bone Crusher, I believe, who has the crotch part that just does not want to tab in securely. Same problem, unfortunately, but what you want to do is get that tab to slot in right there. Easier said than done. But you gotta make sure you got everything lined up. Fold this in. Try to get this all here. Oh, that actually worked pretty good, but yeah, that's going to come undone if not careful. So now that we got all that, let's go ahead and work with this arm now. So you want to bring it down on this double hinge. You'll hear a couple clicks. Sounds like parts are actually breaking. It's not the case. It's actually just the engineering to the transformation here. The teeth are very tight on a very tight spring, so don't worry about it. You're not breaking anything. So now that you got that lined up, and I got that lined up, fold up these shoulder bits here. Before you do that, actually, let me raise this up just a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing here. You want to take this section here and you want to flip this back. But before you do that, dummy, you want to take this hinge here, which is the neck to his head, and you want to bring that down. Then, and only then, can you actually bring this all the way down. Rotate the head, and the opposite of the transformation going from robot mode to jet mode, it's very difficult to work with this section here. It took me a little time to realize what I was doing wrong, but next step, flip out the hand, and go ahead and flip out the cannon like so. There we go. That's it for that arm. Now this arm is a little more tricky. You want to undo these panels here, starting with the front portion of the jet, the nose cone. That makes it easier to get them separated. Sometimes they get stuck here, but not too bad. They're on a double hinge. Fold that down like so. Do the same thing for this section. Fold it up like that. And okay, now for this part here, just bring them out. I don't even know what to call these. I call it a boomerang because that's what it looks like he's shooting off some kind of boomerang. Maybe a hook shot, I don't know. So yeah, that's basically his robot mode right there. The only thing is we've got the back portion to work with. Fold that up, bring that down, and it does tab in right here. Next thing, and this is where I'm going to have to bring back in the thrusters, is we want to compile all this, fold it in like so, make it like a very long rectangle. Crap, forgot about this. Take this panel here, it's on a hinge, flip it all the way up. There you go, that keeps it compact. Next, get all this to come in like so. It's not going to be perfect until you actually get the thruster. Here it is. So what I like to do with this part here is make it easier, very simple. You just want to work with this tab here, this tab or this slot, because that's the tab right there. You want to get that lined up first. And when you do that, keep this part out, trust me. So when you get that lined up, and if everything is just right in the position, you can get it to tab in very easily, like so. So there we got that. Now the reason why I said keep this part out is because there's a little slot right there that this is going to tab right into. Just as long as you got the right thruster on. My God! I really thought it didn't make a difference, but yeah, there it is right there. There's your slot. I screwed that one up big time. So again, work with this tab here, get this lined up. Should click into place as long as it's all aligned just right. There we go. Now, tab that in. It doesn't stay in there flush. As you can see, it pops right out, but it's probably because of the way I got this transformed. It ain't completely straightforward, unfortunately. It's a very challenging transformation back here. Same process on this side. Fold on that hinge, fold on that hinge, keep this one out. Don't close it in all the way. Again, fold this up. There. Now we got that. Now you take this, fidgety hands, get back out, get that tab on. My God, can't that do anything right here? Come on, tab in, there. I'm making this look like a chore, but it really isn't, this section here. So yeah, you can actually rotate these up if you want, just for a dynamic look, but I don't care. Just keep them locked in back here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much else to really say here, except just gotta get everything straight. Okay, that's in there. Alright, so there we go. I was a lot shorter than what it was last time, going from robot mode to jet mode. I think I made the right choice. So, here he is. Decepticon Nitro in his robot mode. With the crotch piece coming undone again. For fuck's sakes. Okay. Let's try this again. Ah! No, it's not gonna hold. It will try, but it's not. It just isn't gonna hold. So, yeah. Here he is in a nutshell. He looks really good. Not much else to really say about it. Just check out the overall design on this guy. We've got one step of the transformation. Yeah, his missiles go back here, and if you're not careful, you can knock these pieces off. And these are very tight, might I add. Very tight. I might put some shock oil on the peg system for these missiles, just so I can get them in and out a lot easier. So it'd be a clean transformation back there. So, pretty cool design. It kind of reminds me of a mech robot from one of the Armor Core games. It just does. It really doesn't really scream Transformer. except for the fact that he's got a Decepticon symbol right there on his chest. That's the only thing that reminds me of, a Transformer, because he's got the insignia. But again, he totally reminds me of an Armor Core mech robot. That's really it. Just not much else to really say about that. He is not kibble free, unfortunately. If he had maybe an extra hinge right here where this could actually flip up, and if there was like somewhere to slot these pegs in place, what am I even talking about? He doesn't even have pegs here. But if he had something in the engineering that could tab it in like so, this would be actually a clean finish in the backpack. But outside of that, yeah, it is a kibbly mess back there. You can see it's very much an eyesore. So, let's take a good look at all the detail on this guy. He is so freaking awesome in the robot mode. Very cool. Just wish there could have been something done about this, but whatever. Okay, so let's get to the articulation. He does have a ball jointed head. And why is that? Because he's a headmaster. Okay, so as the story goes, the concept design of this character was meant to be a headmaster with Cogman. Cogman could take his head and swap it out using the Titan Master, Titan's Return gimmick, where you can swap the heads, basically. You get the idea. I don't really have to explain it. I'm sure you've seen the video review of this figure for quite a while now on YouTube from various reviewers, so why should I even explain it? It's not going to make a difference. It's not like I'm the first one reviewing this figure anyhow. Still, let's get back to transformation. Again, ball jointed head due to the Titan Master gimmick. Do have your universal shoulder joints, which does get hindered a little bit, but you can still get your full 360. You got your bicep swivel. Oh, you also have inward and outward movement, and you can get more clearance if you move the shoulder bits out of the way. There's that. Okay, again, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, nothing beyond that, unfortunately. Nothing at the wrist due to transformation, nothing at the waist due to transformation, but you do get some good range of play at the legs with that much forward. Remove that, and then you get some going back, which is pretty good. Put that back in place. You do get your inward and outward movement. Just be careful, you might undo the crotch piece, but yeah, you do get your JCVD pose. And to top that off, if I get his arms up all the way, you actually get more. Yeah, there goes the crotch piece again. God, I hate that. Okay, so anyway, that's pretty much that portion, the hip joint. So we do have a thigh swivel joint. We do get single jointed knees that does get 90 degrees of play, and sadly this is where the articulation quits. We got a hinge joint for up and down movement due to transformation, but no ankle rocker pivot. So womp 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 womp. So yep, that's your Transformer. Not much else to really say about him. He can be posed pretty good. He does look very awesome in both modes. But outside of the charm that this figure has to offer in his design, the execution into the transformation is quite the mess. And that's all I got to say about that. So let's go ahead and do some side-by-side comparisons to wrap this up with the only figure I've got over here. Leader Megatron. One of the only 4 or 5 Decepticons out of this movie line. Kind of sad, but whatever. They look good next to each other. He's a really good size in Voyager scale for both his jet mode and robot mode. Very cool. I really like this figure. I hate his transformation, but outside of that, I think this is the best time that I've done. It's a world record for me when it comes to transforming this guy on camera. And I couldn't ask for any more than that. So yes, I recommend this figure if you can find him. He's just now starting to show up at massive retail stores. Having said that though, he's been online for a while now. I just didn't want to pay the extra shipping, so I saved myself a couple of pennies. So questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you liked today's video review, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't like today's video review, I'm sorry, it's probably because it was too long for you and you just fell asleep on it. Just hit the thumbs down button. I really don't care. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see other video reviews similar to the one that you're seeing here today. Maybe not so much of a mess, but hey, they're pretty good in their own way. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon if you want to stay up to date when I upload more videos on the YouTube, because they're not really at best at notifying people. And until then, this is your King Redis Power signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you whenever you see me.